Hey there, everybody. So in this video, we're going to be making sure that you understand the differences between a between and a within subjects design. So for between subjects design, participants are in level 1 or 2 or 3. So they're in different conditions. They are not in the same condition. So they only have experienced one level of your variable. Contrast that to within subject design, where participants are in level 1 and level 2 and level 3. So participants experience multiple conditions for a variable. So let's look at how that might look. So here's an example of a between subjects design, and you have two levels, two conditions to your variable, level 1 and level 2. In this study, there are 5 participants in level 1 and a different 5 participants in level 2. And we can compare that to a within subjects design. It's the same thing. It has 2 levels. And in this version of the study, there are 5 participants in level 1, and the same 5 participants are in level 2. So you can see when you repeat your participants across conditions, that's a within subjects design. When you pull new participants in for your different conditions, that's a between subjects design. So now we're going to go through a set of examples, and you'll try and figure out if it's a between or within subjects design. So I want you to read this example and think about whether it's a between or within subjects design, and then pause the video, and when you're ready, unpause the video and we'll talk about which one it is. So in this case, you're going outside on 3 sunny days and 3 rainy days, and you're asking people to rate their happiness, and we're assuming that you're not going to be going up to the same people. It's just whoever you run into, and because it's going to be whoever you run into, it's going to be different people on those 3 sunny days than those 3 rainy days. And because it's going to be different people, it's going to be a between subjects design. So please pause the video and look at this version of the study, and once you're ready, unpause it. So this study, you have the same participants in your 2 conditions. You have the sunny day condition and the rainy day condition, and you have the same participants on the sunny day that you're calling on the rainy day. And because they are participating in both levels of your variable, that means that it's a within subjects design. Pause the video, and when you're ready to talk about this, when you think you know the answer, unpause it. So for this study, you have participants in the MRI machine, and they're all hearing soft, medium, and loud music. So they are all in level 1 and level 2 and level 3, which makes it a within subjects design. Pause the video, and when you're ready, unpause it. So here you have participants keeping a log, and they're telling you if they ate breakfast and if they worked out. And so what you're going to have is the same participants on different days will have eaten breakfast or not. And so they're going to be, the same people are going to be in the eat breakfast level and in the not eat breakfast level. And because it's going to be the same people in both levels of that variable, whether or not they ate breakfast, that makes it a within subjects design. So you know the drill. Unpause the video when you're ready. So here we have 10 participants that see you frame something as potentially avoiding a loss, and for a different 10 you frame it as potentially achieving a gain. And because these are different participants, that means they're in condition 1 or condition 2, and that makes it a between subjects design. Okay, unpause the video when you're ready. So this is a good example of a within subjects design where you're asking the same people different questions. And so you're looking at, in general, do people's opinions toward these two things vary? Understanding that people might have an underlying attitude that's driving their attitudes towards both those things, and you kind of want to remove how that underlying attitude might affect things. So let's say there are some people who really like computers and some people who don't like computers. Well, if you ask some of those people who really don't like computers, how much they like Macs, and then you then you ask all the people who really do like computers how much they like PCs, then you might find a difference in how much people like Macs and PCs, but that might actually be driven by just how much people like computers in general. So this is a good example of using a within subjects design to try and get to the heart of a specific question. So you're interested in, do people differ in how much they like Macs and PCs? And you're going to be removing any differences that might be due to just how much people like computers in general. So this has the same participants in both levels and is a really kind of classic example of a within subjects design. Unpause the video when you're ready. This is also a within subjects design. You have participants who are answering the same question twice, and this is called a pre-post design, which is just a little bit of a special type of within subjects design because you have people doing the same thing before a treatment and after a treatment. That's where the pre and the post comes from. So these participants, before they go on the trip, are answering a questionnaire on global perspectives. And then after they come back, they're answering a questionnaire on global perspectives. So that's pre-post, and pre-post is typically a within subjects design. And this is our last example. Unpause the video when you're ready. So in this study, participants are either going to be in the just 1, just 2, or just 3 language level. People aren't going to be in multiple of these different conditions because if they speak 3 languages, then they're going to be in the 3 language level. They're not going to be in the 1 language level. So that means they're in just 1 or just 2 or just 3, which means it is a between subjects design. So as always, if you need any more help, please take advantage of any of these resources. I absolutely do not want you to feel like this is it and you can't get any more help if this is something that you need help with.